Still down here in the river bottoms, cutting this pecan. And normally, I actually really enjoy this right here, this order. Normally, this is the type of stuff we push up in a pile because we can't utilize it because it's small, it's crooked, it's just the very top of the tree. So that's how crooked both these pieces are right here. But with this order here, luckily it's all going by weight, and knots and crooks and that stuff doesn't matter. They just want to try to keep it to where it's 7 to 8 inch diameter on the little end of this stuff, which is great. And these tall pecan in here, this little grove of them, it's working out really, really well for us. So essentially we're dragging the main logs back up there to the big deck area. And then before I push these treetops up, I'm trying to come in here and fish out these pieces right here with the grapple. And then I kind of come up here and work them up with the saw myself there. So on the back of the skidder. Dad, he's over there cutting the bigger trees. And as he's cutting those, I try to jump off and help him trim, and I handle the cleanup. Now, luckily, the neighbor here just on the other side of the fence, it's a girl that, you know, she's from the hometown area here. We've known her all of our life. Actually, her little sister and I went to school together. We graduated, went through kindergarten through 12th grade together, and so it's nice like that. And some of these trees are wanting to fall back over across this janky old fence here on her place, which we asked her if it'd be okay to fall them over there, and of course she didn't mind at all, which for them be a great source of firewood. So it enables us to come back here and cut a lot more of these trees out, and so that's working out great. Of course, she's got some pecan over there. I think she's gonna let us cut as well. So what I'm gonna finish out doing now is trying to fish out some more of these tops here. I've kind of pushed some of this stuff up. You can see kind of some of the ruts I've made here in this muddy spot, which we'll worry about that later. And I bring the skid steer in here. We'll try to slick this up, and we'll bring the grapple in and do all the fine tuning here on the cleanup of the little stuff. But like this stuff here, like I said, normally this is stuff that we push up in a pile and you can't use because it's too small or crooked or whatever it may be. Well, I'm all about utilization, and if we can use something and get rid of it and move it, I think it's great. And that's what I really like about this little project here. It's not a super big order we're filling, but it's big enough to, we've got, luckily we're here close. We've got some pecan handy that we can do this with. It's just a cooking fuel wood. That's what they're using this for, I believe. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's bound for Texas is where this stuff's going to end up. Still kind of slick out here in places, so you gotta be careful. So I'll bunch this stuff up here with the grapple, these pieces. Then we'll make one good big drag on the way out, and we'll try to get a few more pieces out of that top. Then we'll try to swing all this stuff around and push it in this bigger pile right here. That way we can just have one good pile. Really opening up the skyline here along the edge of this cornfield as well, which should really help out the farmer, aside from getting rid of these trees that he has no interest in at all for row cropping, as you can see. But what that should do, it should allow that extra little bit of sunlight to come in and hit this part of the field and kind of help dry it out, or he could probably yield a little better on his crop right here. So it's a win-win for everybody. Shutting down for lunch. Like I said, this is I've come through here and kind of marked these up. You can see some of the stuff we can use. I mean, like I said, stuff I wouldn't even normally think about dragging out of the timber. Crooked, busted up, small, just, yeah, I mean, stuff we usually pile up or leave and burn. But with this deal here, we can use it, and I think that's awesome to utilize everything we can out of it. Of course, then you got these big devils, and see, like this stuff here, that doesn't even matter. It don't matter if that's bad. They're good pecan. I mean, the saw logs itself, this is part of a double. The other, I think that's actually the other part of it right there. But, good bunch of saw logs, but all of this will be ground up. All of it. And it's bought by the ton, which I think is a heck of a deal. Some big pecan, real big pecan. Of course, and he got some little limbs, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about this little deal. It's not too often I get excited about cutting pecan and or hickory, but see, no big deal. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I don't know how long this will last. Usually these deals like this never last too long. It's just kind of, you got to try to get it while the getting's good, which luckily we try to always keep track and know where stuff like this is, you know, just in case something like this does come up, which we do cut a lot of pecan timber from time to time. And actually up there at Rockville, Missouri, where we spent most of last summer cutting on the clubs, we cut a multitude, I mean thousands, tens of thousands of feet of pecan. And we just sold it for saw logs. Of course, this deal wasn't really available then, this market, but it definitely, if it holds on till summertime, it'll definitely give us a good avenue to go down up there, and the guys of the club, the owners and members should really like that. So, trying to make the most of this frozen cold weather, which in the sun it's starting to kind of try to thaw a little bit, get a little greasy, not too bad, but it got down to, I think, about 9 here in the river bottom last night, which you can see all through there. That's the river over there. So it gets cold here in the bottom. And they're calling for more winter weather tonight, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, rain next week. So might be a pretty rough road to hoe for the next week or so in the logging world, but we'll try to make the most of it. Now, I am going to try to bring the skid steer in here possibly either today or tomorrow. That way, like in this crop field here and out here in this hay field where we've fallen a few of these and cutting some of this lady's timber. It's hard for me to call her a lady because she's only a few years older than me, this girl's timber. We'll take the skid steer and grapple and we'll rake all that brush up, make sure everything's out of the fields. Just like, especially in this crop field, which, as I mentioned before, this should be a really good deal for the farmer, because when we're done, there won't be much standing in that corner there. Which for him, it'll be great, because it just, all that does is take sunlight away or rob nutrients from the ground from his crops. So this way, it'll be more in the ground for what he's raising. Should help the ground dry up a little bit in that wet corner with there being more sunlight coming through. So, yeah, win-win for everybody. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you later.